Hello everyone, Cyber Dragon here. So it's been a while since I did What If Deku with Anti-Venom. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to finish this series up as not as fast as possible, that it will be sloppy, but kind of soon-ish enough to help dial down some of the other series. Because I may end this series at season 4 after the overhaul raid, and I go into season 5 of this series. So that means the All For One fight might be the end of that series. I'm not 100% sure. But still, that's so that I don't have so many piled up again. Because I currently still have 5, and this is in the middle of its own series. So after this and What If Deku met Toga early, that would only leave 3 what ifs left. And those 3 would be What If Deku was the meta, What If Deku was Soundwave, and What If Deku was Scorpion. So without further ado, let's get started. So it's been a couple of days now since Deku recovered from the USJ, and that Kendo has started to learn One For All. I can't remember last time I made it so that they are training for the sports festival now, but I'm going to say that's going to be the case. If I'm wrong, then sorry, but still. So, Deku and Kendo have now been training for about 2 weeks with each other. Deku helping Kendo learn One For All better, and Kendo just sparring with Deku and just in general. And this will drive them to get closer with each other. So now they're in class the day before the sports festival, as I recall them all there, to just let them know that. Okay, students, you have been training hard for the past couple weeks, and so the sports festival will be tomorrow. So you all should get well rested and make sure you all get whatever you need done beforehand. So because of that, you won't have class today. So, you all are dismissed. I'm there to take a nap. Which they're all excited for the sports festival. So, after hearing that. And as Bakugo is about to leave, he opens the door, seeing everyone out front of the door. Shinzo, Monoma, all of the 1B, and general studies and support courses out there in general. So, what do you extras want? Then Deku pops like, isn't it obvious? They're here to declare war on us, Bakugo. Yeah? I'm betting because we survived the USJ incident that... So, they think they have... fuck's sakes, English. So, I'm guessing it's because they think since we survived the USJ, we're top shit, huh? Well, they're damn right about that. Shinzo popped out like, no. Wait, no, I didn't make Shinzo part of 1A. Sorry, just realized that. No, I came here to declare war on you guys. So, since she was moved up to 1A, I was moved up to 1B. Oh, I should thank her for that. So you took my place in 1B. So how are you liking it? So, it's not bad. But, if I want to get anywhere further with hero work, I need to beat one of you guys to get in 1A. So, oh really? So, I'd seen you before. I thought you had some great potential, But if you don't work on your damn body, then you won't go far. Shinzo's a little pissed on that. Then Monoma steps up like, well, if it's in 1A stooge are trying to push us all down because he thinks he's better than us. Like, I don't think I'm better than anybody. But I am certainly definitely better than you. Specifically. He's like, well, you wanted to say that to my face? Like, I just did. Now then, if you excuse me. He goes up to Kendo and slings her over his shoulders. She's like, what are you doing? So, getting us both out of here so we can get on with the day. He goes to the wall and just puts his foot on it, then the other foot, just walking up the wall, then to the ceiling. People are shocked and surprised. Mina says, I smell a ship coming. And yeah, he's just Deku walks past everyone. Kendo is blushing slightly from this because she feels embarrassed that Deku's doing this. And again, she's somewhat developing feelings for him. He jumps off the ceiling to the floor and he lets Kendo down. That's okay, let's go. Right. But yeah. After that day, so Deku decided to take a nap, and Kendo just lets him be. After that, Mina comes bolting towards Kendo. So, girls' meeting now. She gets dragged along. Kendo didn't even get uttered a word before Mina did that. She brings her to all the girls of 1A. So, okay, what is this about? Like, so, you and Aizawa, huh? Like, Izuku Aizawa, huh? Yeah, what about that? So, do you have a crush on him or something? She blushes, extremely red. Like, no. Why would you say that? Like, well, you two have been getting really close to each other lately. And not to mention that little thing in the classroom, too, that just happened. So, are you sure you two not developing feelings for each other? Like, I'm not so sure. So, really, I'm not. So, I mean, I do like him a lot, and we've been sleeping in the same bed for the past couple days now. Look, wait, what? She looks at him with a curious face and realizes what she just said. Turns around and blushes even more heavily. So your guys' relationship grown that close, huh? So, shut it. So, come on, just admit you like the guy already. And ask him out. So, you know he doesn't like... So... what was it? The word. Like, complications. Like, yeah, but what if I become one of those complications? Like, don't say that. Come on. He wouldn't be spending all this time if he thought you were gonna be causing trouble. Like, yeah. So, she thinks about it after that. And she's deciding to tell him after the sports festival. And now it's the day of the sports festival. So, everyone is in an uproar while Deku is just thinking, this is gonna be a long day. Hopefully nothing so weird happens. Or at least complicated. So at that moment, Midnight comes to the stage and says, well, Izuku Midoriya, please come up here to give the speech. He thinks, fuck. Let's get this over with, I guess. Which he just walks up there. People are looking at him like, he seems not interested in anything. Like, in general, like, yeah, I know, right? He taps on the mic, making sure it's on. Like, Alright, let's not drag this out. So do your best. Try to go plus ultra, yada yada. And, this is fucking stupid. Just try your best in general. So don't throw any half-assed punches, and don't try to do one thing. So don't try to do anything half-assed. If you're not going to do it with all your might, then you might as well not be here. Okay? Okay. So yeah, he walks up the stage after that, and people don't know whether to cheer or take anything else. He said, thank you for the speech. Now, the first part of the sports festival will be the obstacle course. So yeah. At that moment, everyone is getting ready. Todoroki walks up to Deku and says, I will beat you with only my ice, Sour. So, yeah, see, that's the half-assedness I was talking about earlier on stage. Were you not paying attention? He said scoffed off after that, so I was like, yeah, okay. Maybe I can get some sleep after I do this. Set on your mark. Get set. Go. And Deku bolts it. Wanting to end this quickly. He was almost frozen over, but Deku has pretty good ice resistance, so he just breaks through. Not going full anti-venom, more like the Spider-Man suit look. Full venom to anti-venom will look like this in general. The screen. So, but yeah. So he just bolts in. Kendo is also leading from behind. Mostly due to the fact of all the training she has done with Deku, she can pretty much almost catch up with him. Bakugo and Todoroki is following behind them. President Mike said, whoa there, looks like your son there is going all out already. He said, yeah, he doesn't really like complications. So he doesn't really want to make this any longer than it has to be. So, oh, okay then. So, your son is almost kind of like you, Aizawa. Like, yeah. So, he's actually a little bit too much like me, which I'm afraid of. Oh, yeah. When Deku reaches the robot, he thinks, right now. Okay. He uses the acid quirk he got from Mina and sprays acid on the robot, even using it to slide around, too. Whoa, what is he doing? Is he melting the robots? Like, yeah, he can copy quirks by getting some DNA from a person's quirk, or even just a person itself. So, he did copy Miss Ashido's quirk a while back. I don't know how many other quirks he copied, but he did have my ability to cancel out quirks. So, whoa, he might be a threat to anyone. That he is a threat to anyone. So, but he does this all for good, like I do. So yeah, Deku gets through it pretty easily. Kendo just enlarges her fist and charges 20% into that fist. Because how big it is, she can control more into her fist than the rest of her body. But she also doesn't want to go too far with that power, so yeah. So she is now. So I got through the robot too. Todoroki and Bakugo got through them, and one of the robots went down as in cannon. Although, because of the amount of acid that's on the ground too, majority of Todoroki's ice melted. Now when Deku reaches the canyon, he just jumps to pillar, getting through it pretty easily. Kendo does the same with One for All. Bakugo just flies through it with explosions, and Todoroki makes an ice bridge. While Bakugo is also blowing up the bridge behind Todoroki to make sure no one else gets through that way. When they reach the mine, Deku is thinking what to do exactly. Until Kendo came from behind, just clapping her hands together, making a sonic wave that goes through the minefield, blowing them all up. Deku thinks, clever. So, but now they're neck and neck. Deku said, that was pretty clever of you. So, no wonder you're the smartest, one of the most smartest girls in 1A. She looks at Deku like, huh? Well, actually, Deku says smartest and prettiest girls in 1A. She looks at him like, huh? Just getting flustered and now out of focus. He takes that opportunity to get ahead. He's like, you just... She's bolted now. Just a little pissed that Deku did that. Deku thinks she might have taken that the wrong way, but still, it's true. I'll tell her that later. Yeah, Deku reaches the first place spot. Kendo reaches second, and Bakugo reaches third, while Todoroki reaches fourth. Kendo ran to Deku like, you... So, why did you say that earlier? Say what? The truth? Like, the truth? Like, yeah. You thought I was lying back there? With Bakugo ran like, Deku, you nerd! Hello there, Bakugo. I see you got third. I'm like, yeah, no thanks to you. Whatever. I'm taking a nap. He falls to the ground, wrapping himself in his symbiote. Like a sleeping bag cocoon. People thought I was weird, and put him out like, well, it seems like he even got your sleeping habit. Hey, Aizawa? Like, yeah. I don't know why he got that. He doesn't stay up super late. And yeah, the rest gets there as in canon. Now Midnight says, alright everyone. Now that part of the race is over, so we will be doing the Cavalry battle. And with that, the person who was in first place gets 1 million points. Everyone stares at Deku, and Deku thinks, well, this could be an issue. Why did I have to get first place? This is going to be putting too much attention on me now. Which, yeah. At that moment, Deku's just kind of standing there. Not really wanting to form a team, but he's weighing his odds. Kendo walks up to Deku like, you should probably form a team. You know that, right? Like, yeah, but I could say the same for you. Like, yeah. So, I mean, if you want, Yumi could be on a team. Slightly blushing after saying that, Deku thinks, nah, I want you to get further along. So I know you really want to get to the top ranks at least. So, are you sure? I don't really mind joining you. So, yeah, it's alright. So, you can form your own team. I'll be okay by myself. So, alright. So, then. Feeling a little disappointed that she didn't get to be on his team. But the people on Kendo's team will be Tokoyami, Umaraka, and Hatsume. So Deku's original anime team. Well, everyone else formed their original team, but Deku is all by himself. So no one really wanted to form a team with him, which he suspected, other than Kendo, but he didn't want to ruin her chances, as if he's not going to do something about that in general. Man, I said, Izuku Aizawa, should you not have a team? Like, are you kidding me? No one else wants to form a team with me, so I'm all by myself. Like, fair point. But, still, you should try to, like, can we just get this started with? I wanted to get this over with so I can take a long nap. Fine. So the principal is made in policy that you can be on a team on your own, as long as you can stay off the ground. Like, I can ensure that. Which he put on the symbiote suit and spread out tendrils from his back, lifting him off the ground. Like, this better? Like, yeah, sure. Now then, may the cavalry begin! Everyone immediately charges at Deku. Which Deku, like, okay, let's get this over with. As soon as some people start getting close, Deku blips past them. As he's on the other side of the arena now, people wondering, like, where's my headband? Said, mine too. Which they look towards Deku, which he's holding all of them with his tendrils that grabbed him. How did he, like, do you seriously think with my training wouldn't help in my aspects of this? Now, if you might be wondering, how is he this fast? Well, the Nomu's he uncorrupted, he did get some of that speed. Mixed with his own, he's very fucking fast. But with this, it also exerts a lot of energy. Oh yeah. Now everyone is running towards Deku, but Deku is evading all of them to his best abilities. But there's only one person who headband he didn't steal. It was Kendo's team. Kendo's team was focusing mainly to get other headbands to make sure they get into the tops, to make sure they have enough to get through the race. So that they can at least be in the top 3, or even first if they get enough. But because Deku stole them all, they have no reason to do anything else. Now they're just having to defend themselves. After a while, Ida does Recipro Burst, trying to steal the 1,000,000 points. But Deku evaded Todoroki's team, and Todoroki did manage to only steal a couple of headbands. While Bakugo's team only managed to steal 2. And Shinzo's team mainly focusing on trying to get some. Deku doesn't really care about the other headbands, as long as he at least gets to the top spot. Or at least stay in the top spot. That's why he stole so many. But yeah, somehow Shinzo's team did steal at least 1 headband. When time was up, it's different, I will say. So, almost no one was able to pass other than Todoroki's team, Kendo's, and Bakugo's. So, and of course Shinzo with only a 60-point headband. That's all they managed to steal, so they're in 4th. And Shinzo's team doesn't comprise of people he brainwashed. It consists of Tetsu, Ibara, and I will say Monoma, just because. So yeah. That means only those few got through. So, Deku declared first place, and they try to get to pick whoever else goes through the tournament bracket. But with everyone having about only 13, people, they decided to make Deku go against two opponents. So, Shinzo and Monoma. This will be pretty easy for him. But before that fight, Todoroki does go up to Deku again, wanted to talk to him alone. He doesn't assume he's All Might's secret love child as in canon, but he does ask about how was his life with his father like. Curious on how he's this strong, thinking maybe he was trained kind of like him. Deku explains his past, that how he was an orphan, his mother died when he was born, and how he would have died if, well, wasn't for his quick awakening that moment, and how he met Aizawa, his adopted father. Then Todoroki explains his past, explaining why he's only going to use his ice. Deku said, So, well, that's a fool's errand. Excuse me? Like, yeah, you're trying to win with only your ice. You should win with your fire, too. Like, I'm not gonna use his fire. Like, you seriously don't get it, do you? Like, what? Like, it's your fire, Todoroki. Not Endeavor's. If it was Endeavor's fire, he would have made you use it years ago. But it's your fire. Just like it's your ice, it's your fire. Think about that. And that really makes Todoroki think. Why? Now, he's starting to think about that. And Deku goes to the arena now. So, since Izuku Aizawa has single-handedly got the most points, even with the 1,000,000 points, he will go up against two opponents with the arena. Cheers for this. And Monoma did manage to get more than a couple quirks before this fight. He somehow got Bakugo's quirk, so Tetsu's, and I will also say Shinzo's mind, like his brainwash quirk. So now, let the fight begin. So Shinzo starts off by insulting him, but Deku doesn't really care. Well, Monoma also comes in attacking him, and using Tetsu quirk to harden himself into steel, and even trying to use Shinzo's quirk against Deku, trying to make him say anything by spouting out how they think he's better than everyone, and throwing explosions with Bakugo's quirk. He only knows he only has 5 minutes with these quirks, but he wants to make use out of them as he can. Deku then said, well, you think just because you can copy quirks I can't either? Which they both think, like, gotcha. Like, no you don't. Like, what? How? Like, when Monoma punched him to actually get a land-in after hitting his arm, Deku slipped in some symbiote on him and managed to copy whatever quirks he has available to him, but modifying them. So he got Bakugo's quirk to an extent to make him more blast resistant, Tetsu to harden himself to a more like metallic looking substance, and Shinzo's quirk to resist resisting from brainwashing. So, thank you, Monoma. You helped me get 3 quirks in 1. Fortunately, I can't copy your quirks since they're copies quirks. But I can at least now beat you with the quirks that you helped me with. So, he hardens his symbiote to like a hard as steel, which he rushes at Monoma. Monoma hardens as best he can, but the amount of force Deku can exert onto him greatly surpasses Monoma's hardening at the moment. But with the strength too, it breaks Monoma's hardening and sends him flying out. Shinzo thinks like what to do, but he doesn't have anything. So Deku used the tendrils, sprouting from his back, wrapping Shinzo and throwing him out with Monoma, out of bounds. Deku was declared the winner. He walks up to Shinzo like, you had a solid plan, but unfortunately you got teamed up with a complete idiot. So don't feel bad that you lost. So learn from your mistakes, and I'm sure my dad could help you help you to become a better hero. He smiles at that and thanks him. Monoma is all upset and irritated that he lost to Deku. Deku said, you were facing with an opponent that was better than you, so just accept it and get on with your life. Just because I'm in 1A and you're in 1B doesn't mean just superiority complex shouldn't help you strive to be a better hero. So get your shit together and do so. Which hits Monoma's pride. But Monoma retorts back like, so, shut it, you 1A scum. Just because you beat me today doesn't mean you aren't better than me. Like, whatever. You're too irritating. I'm gonna go take a nap. Copying those quirks are really straining. Yeah. Now, Kendo will be fighting against... I will say against... Not sure who, actually. I will say Mina. But Kendo got Mina out of the ring by just flicking some air at her with one fall and her giant hands, sending a massive gust of air to send Mina flying out of the ring. Kendo wins. Bakugo wins his fight against Umaraka as in canon, and Todoroki's fight is actually slightly more interesting. And so that he actually, instead of using ice to freeze himself in place, freeze Zero, he actually used fire to get the tape off him, which surprises Endeavor and like, yes, Shoto, use my flames as your birthright. Which Deku like, shut up and let him use his flames, Endeavor. Which enrages Endeavor slightly, but yeah. But Todoroki eventually wins that fight. Todoroki walks out, and Endeavor is like, finally, you stop rebelling against me, and now we can properly train your fire. Like, no. Like, what? Like, I didn't even think about you when I was using my fire. A friend of mine helped me out and realized that it's not your fire, it's my fire. So I don't need your help with it. And I'm gonna beat him in the next fight. So yeah. But the other fights goes as the same. Momo lost against Tokoyami, and Ida won against Mei Hatsume. Next fight is Deku versus Todoroki. Todoroki walks in the stadium, and so does Deku. Todoroki says, "Thanks for helping me with my issue with my fire. Like, no problem. I'm seeing you're not gonna half-ass it anymore, so I'm taking that as payment." He's like, "You really are like your dad, huh?" Like, yeah, I don't think that's a good thing, though. No, let's get this over with. So yeah, they fight. But since of a Deku's symbiote can only take so much heat, that I will say eventually he does lose. It's not that I don't think he can win, but he's really just not wanting to get first place to get more attention like this, so he kind of went a bit easier on Todoroki. But he also was giving him tips and tricks on what to do with his fire during the process. So this isn't really a match to him, this is more or less a training exercise. But eventually he does just forfeit after a little while, so thanks. Yeah, I'm kind of tired now, so I'm not really wanting to continue to fight. Which people are like, what? Wait, you can't. Like, yes, I can, and I just did. Todoroki, just win for me with the fire you learned how to use already. Like, right. But Bakugo's pissed, like, he just threw away his chance to go on? What the fuck? And eventually, when he gets back to the sitting area, Kendo ran up to him like, "Why did you just give up like that? Like, I'm kind of tired, and copying this quirks are really straining my body at the moment. I don't think I would even continue on through the next few matches anyways. So it's better for me just to give up here right now. Until I can at least get a better handle of these new quirks of mine." So, oh, alright. "Hey, Izuku." Like, yes? Like, would you, like, yes? Like, never mind. So, just answer this one question. Like, what is it? Like, do you like anyone in the class? Deku stands there pondering, like, do I like anyone? Yes, I do. Like, who? So, do you really want to know? Like, probably not. So scratching the back of her neck, like, this is kind of awkward. Like, may Kendo come to the stadium, like, oh, that's me, good to go. Like, before you go, like, yes? Deku grabs her waist, pulls her in, and kisses her on the lips. Kendo is shocked and is blushing heavily, but melting into the kiss. After Deku breaks the kiss, like, I think you was trying to ask me out earlier, after you asked me that question. So, and after you asked me if I liked anyone, I thought this would be my opportune time. So, after this, we're officially going out. Okay? But she says not. Like, good. Now, I'm gonna take a nap somewhere. So, yeah. Kendo is somewhat out of her own mind at the moment. So, she's going up against Bakugo, say. Which she tried to block with her hands against Bakugo's explosions, but they eventually started to hurt a lot. And even with one fall, don't say she would win, because she only would have 5%. So I will say Bakugo wins. And the rest of the sports festival kind of goes similar than canon, but Bakugo is even more pissed because Deku kind of threw out his chance to even continue the sports festival, and he wants to fight him the most. So they had to get even more chains just in case. And yeah. With that, that's where I'm going to end it. No, this was overdue for a long time. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Or listening in any case. But yeah. Cyber Dragon out. Peace.